invite our guest lecturer for today, Professor Dr. Paresh Shah. I would like to begin by saying, sir, we are exceptionally privileged to have you here to enlighten us. A brief about Professor Shah. He's done his Masters in Commerce, followed by LLB, DBM, PhD in Finance, along with a faculty development program from IIM Ahmedabad. He's also a member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India as a fellow cost and management accountant. As of now, he's an accredited management teacher and research principal professor at Rai Business School, Rai University, Ahmedabad. With a teaching experience of over 25 years and an industry experience of almost 12 years, he's published books in the international market under Oxford University Press, Wiley India, and Lambert Academic. He has also published a total of 12 books in the national and regional market. He is also a member of various professional bodies and institutions, such as Indian Institute of Management, Global Management Teachers Consortium, the Indian Accounting Association, and various others. He is also an editorial board member and reviewer for various international and national institutes, academies, and journals, including the Journal of Modern Economy, Houston, Texas, Journal of American Academic Research, San Francisco, and International Management Research Academy, London. Sir, it is a privilege to have the opportunity to learn from you. I would also like to thank Hemshweta ma'am for giving us this opportunity. Sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Dolma, for introduction of Dr. Paresh. Now, sir, I would request maybe start the session.
Yes, now I'm just.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Good morning to every one of you.
Very good morning, sir. Very welcome.
Very good morning to Dr. Shweta and all participants. The today's objective is basically the today's times where the people are going to be involved in the risk management tool. Like in the risk management tool, we have the 4 type of the tools are there. So what I try to be say that the first 5 minutes I will take to just make a background about what is a risk management, and then we will be moving towards raising some question and understanding the logical parameters, and then moving towards the course as the time is required. As a 1 hour being available, I try to be make it for the better, more portions to be covered. But in case if the students have any query, then after the 45 minutes, Dr. Sweta, you can just check it in your chat box, and if you feel that 10-15 minutes required for clarifying the doubt, then we will give it to it. And in case if the balance portion like a condor and the ratio and such type of the complication things have been stopped, then in that case we will be trying to be move in a different way, and then portion can be done say later on after a week or something. This is what I am planning to say. So whenever we are looking towards the today's position, the students can also raise their points in the chat box. Participants can do it, there is no problem. When we try to be talk about a risk management, which is the today's time on account of the global competitive level, I bifurcate into the 2 categories broadly. Number 1, exchange traded, and second is over the counter. When we say the exchange traded, it is going to be the forward and option. When we try future and options. When we try to be say the over the counter, it is going to be the forward and the swaps. So now when we have been coming to the exchange traded, the major difference between the future and option is that in the case of the future, the trader involved is supposed to be fulfilling the formalities by physical adjustment or by making the cash arrangement. So he is being fixed at a particular level. His input cost or output value is going to be P decided. So there are no benefits are being available to him to take the benefit of the market scenario. In the case of option, the downside risk he is going to manage. Upside risk management is totally depends on the market scenario. This is going to be the one of the very important thing to be happen in the normal working time in the business. So this is basically considered as a one of the important tool for the business to work. So we try to be mentioned that it should work in that particular way. So option also, prima facie we can say types of option and the parties involved in the option. And options can work for any of the underlying assets. Any of the underlying assets can be taken. It can be financial asset, physical assets. It can be commodity market or anything. So they are going to be the holder position and the writer position. Holder has the right to do if he wishes. I think I am audible. Okay. And the writer is bound to fulfill the formalities. Yes, what happened? Anything?
Sir, the sound is not coming from our side.
Okay. This
Our
is
end,
not
all participants are on mute.
okay. So this is something happened in another instrument. I just closed that instrument.
Yes.
Okay. So there are the two type of the parties what we can say. Number one, Honda, and second is the writer. Basically, what is being happen that whenever we are talking about the American culture or so, they are basically saying the buyer and seller. While in the European culture, we are using the words Honda and writer, which is never being confusing the any of the participants. And types of the options are two, con and put. Con is basically allowing us to get the things in our hand. Sen is going to be make skin. Sen is going to be make that sen of the commodity. Okay, okay. Sen is going to be the position where the person is going to be give the delivery of the underlying asset. So this is the way con and put is coming. Buyer have the right is being available to do if he wish. If he does not wish it, he can allow the option to forego, option to be unexercised. But once he decides to exercise, he is bound, option writer is bound to fulfill the obligation. So as a con option writer, he has to give the delivery. As a put option writer, he has to take the delivery. And that is going to be the very important. So in this case, there are going to be the situation is happen. Number one, exercise date. That is as per the exchange regulations, there are going to be the exercise dates are being decided. In case of Bombay Stock Exchange, it is the fourth Thursday of the month being decided. So that is the one way. Second thing is being coming, that commodity exchange. When we talk, the biggest commodity exchange available within the Western India is the one city named as Unja in Gujarat, where those commodities are going to be taking and making of delivery. That is a physical settlement. Or there is going to be the differences are going to be paid and received on the third Wednesday. So exchange to exchange, the regulations have been changed. So one is exercise date, second is the exercise price. And so there are the two things happen. I'm repeating, corn option buyer in our Indian books, majority place, they are being saying the corn option buyer. So somewhere I have used in this PPT also the word corn option buyers. When we try to be look through the book of the Sundam, he said as a buyer and seller. When we try to go towards the European books, they are saying the Honda and Yaiter. Basically, Honda and Yaiter is a better word to not to get confused. So now let us try to be asked the one question to let us start the participation level from you. I have made here the 6 graph. Graph number A, B, C, D, E. Can any one of the participants can tell me what the graph number A is indicating? How I may get the answer? Through the chat box or something?
Sir, those students who want to give answer can raise their hand, and through the participant list we can see who has raised his hand,
Okay.
his or her hand.
Okay. So I don't have the list of the participant, how to get it?
Sir, on the top corner, you see there are participants icon is there on the right hand side, upper bar.
Okay.
Before the chat box, it's there. Okay, I'll let you know if any student
Okay.
raises hand.
Sure.
Students, try to see the graph number 1 and let us know whether it is strategy
Graph.
of profit, unlimited profit, or what it is showing.
Sure. These are the 6 basic positions have been given: A, B, C, D, E, F. So the anyone can tell me what the A is indicating? There are the two type of the underlying assets working is done. Number one, in the form of the physical. Number two, in the form of the option. And then when we try to be say the combination, then it is going to be the combination of physical and option. So here I try to be give you the basic idea, or you have to identify the 6 basic position. Anyone have the idea about A?
Any student, please try.
Try to recall and understand, because these are the basics of the underlying asset and the risk management strategy tools. So once we know the basic, we are capable enough to move on the further side to take the decision. You understand me?
Those students who want to answer can raise their hand in the chat box. Indrajit, Ali, anyone would like to try?
Someone should try it. Or I can now answer. A is B. I think now I can answer, because otherwise time will be go away. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. You are audible.
Okay, so I should now start to give the answer.
Student has raised hand. Let's
Okay.
see. Rahul Arora. Rahul, unmute your mic and please answer.
So the first position, according to me, is a long straddle position.
Long?
So where the one party is taking 1 second, sir. I'll just confirm. One
Okay.
party is taking, sir, the long call position, and another is taking the short put position.
In the category A.
A.
No, you are wrong.
Okay, sir.
You Your tag to
And the B is official. Obviously, it is a call option, and
yes.
B is call option, sir. B is call option. That is long position in call option.
Okay.
And C is the
Long put.
long position in short option. Input options.
Uh, C is required to be understood by you that I will explain. Okay, next one.
And so D again is short position in call option.
Okay, correct.
And so I am not sure about E, but in F is short position in put options.
Top.
Okay. You have tried to be make a good attempt.
Excuse me, sir. आपका sound echo हो रहा है. I think you have logged in using two instruments. If you are using the same in mobile, please mute yourself from that mobile phone.
Okay, I will just switch off my mobile then.
Yes. Now you are clearly audible, sir. Thank you so much. Please continue.
Okay. Yes, Rahul, you did a good attempt, but now let us understand the position A. Position A is basically indicating the long position in the underlying asset. It means that you are holding the stock of a particular company which has been purchased by X price by you. So if the price is going to be lower than that, then you are going to be in the loss. If it is going to be higher than that, then you are going to make the profit. So that's not the problem. 1 minute something is okay. Then when we tell the question is said about a B. B is basically the long position in the coin is taken. So in other words, it is a coin option holder. So the coin option holder is going to be exercised where the kink is happening. That is basically the position at which the x-axis have been cut off by the option position. That is the king's level, and that's basically shows the position of the non-con option buyer position. C is basically happening with respect to the put option buyer, long put position. So put option buyer is going to be not going to exercise the put option if the market price is more. So whatever the premium have been paid by him, it goes away. So it has been coming on the, what we can say, the fourth quadrant of the graph. D position. D position is exactly opposite of the B. So B position is indicating the position of the con option holder, and the D is indicating the con option seller. Because when the price is going to be greater, the con option seller is going to be, con option holder is going to be exercised, and the con option writer is bound to give the delivery. So he is going to be buy the commodity at higher price from the market, and then he will give the delivery to other party. So he is going to become in the loss. When we take a position of the E, E is basically indicating the short position in the underlying asset. It means that the individual person went into the Bombay Stock Exchange, has shown in a morning at a one particular point of time 100 shares of concrete without any capacity to deliver if the need is happen. So if the need is happen to deliver the commodity, that is a shares in the market, he has to buy from the open market and something he has to do it. So E is basically indicating the short position in the physical underlying asset. A position is indicating the long position in the underlying asset, while the F is going to be exactly opposite of the C. It means C is indicating the long put. It means the put holder position, while the F is going to be indicate the put option seller position. I think it's clear to all participants. These are the 6 basic positions. Any question on this? I'm waiting for 2 minutes or so. I hope it's clear to everyone. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir.
it is clear.
Now I'm coming to the very important point, option strategies. What I try to be do, as per my normal practice, that it indicates the basic assumptions at the start of the presentation only. So as it was relating to the options, I try to make up 2 things very clear: underlying asset, con option positions, and as I mentioned, options are 2 types: con option, where we are going to be counter delivery; put option, where it is to be paid. It is to be delivered. And there is going to be option holder who has a right to do if he wishes. Writer is bound to do it. The original position is happening in the option in this particular way. Now the very important point is happening in the case of option, that options are going to be exchange traded. So it is going to be cash settlement can be done. Individual con option buyer can decide to send it to the another party in the market and exit from the situation. So these are the situations have been happened. And as I mentioned, option are exchange traded. And now here what is being happened? The option writer in our normal terminology of the book of Sundam, it was mentioned that he is an option buyer. So option buyer has the right. So option seller have the own possibility to come across with the notice. So what he will do? He will try to be maintain his position at that particular point of time. So he is going to anticipate. He is going to work out the probability, and he will decide that what is the possibility of the maximum loss to happen. So whenever he come across that, the chances by the buyers are greater, so the possibility of occurring the losses are more. So option premium will be paid by option buyer to the option seller. So option seller will be demanding the premium from the option buyer, and option buyer is bound to pay for it. Now once it's paid, it is going to be work like a Mediclaim insurance premium. You can put it in that way. In the case of Mediclaim insurance premium, if we paid and we didn't give any claim, or there is no claim is happened, then whatever the premium paid by us is expired. We are going to be non-refundable. Same way the option premium is non-refundable. So in the diagram that follow, it is important to remember that diagrams follow are based on option intrinsic value at the expiration date. Option intrinsic value is basically the difference between the exercise price or strike price and the price prevailing on the date of exercise, agreed date of the exercise of the concerned option. And the kings are going to be happen at strike price. I've given the hint also for that by red color. Through this presentation, we are not going to be look into bid and ask paid and brokerage fees, which I assume to be the zero. This is the basic assumptions. Normally, the bid price is lower than the ask price, but that point is not taken care here. And second, we are not considering the brokerage fees. And the intrinsic value of call option is being said as a maximum of price on the date of exercise minus strike price. K is a strike price. Normally, as you recall, in the Indian books, we are using the X as a exercise price or strike price. But not to confuse the student with our X and the multiplication in the working, I am normally using the words K or GO. In the case of put option, it is going to be the difference between the strike price and the price prevailing on the exercise date or GO, whichever is maximum. I am repeating the point. Indian books and every books are being using the X as an exercise price, but I am trying to use the K words as a kings, which is the curve being happen in the normal case of the mathematics. So later on, when we try to go to the major work, confusion cannot be happen. I think it's clear to everyone. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, position in option and underline. Now, options are of two types. We know that it is going to be the net option, or they are known as the unhedged option, unhedged position. So you have the two type of the position. You can have the physical stock with you in any of the long position or the short position, but you are not there to cover through the any type of the option. Then it is known as the unhedged position. Or second is going to be the hedged position, where we try to take some benefit by having the option position is taken. So another one is coming to us, and that is basically known as the covered call. Position in option. Try to identify the position. Can anyone explain me what do you mean by the covered call? Anyone can raise the hand and answer it?
Those students who want to answer can raise their hand in the list of participants.
Okay, and covered call position.
Sir, in covered call, basically, the seller of call options owns the corresponding amount of the underlying instrument, which could be the shares of a stock or other securities.
Okay, see, always being tried to be use the word underlying asset, because now when we try to be look towards the global scenario and so on type of the assets have been covered under the same. In the beginning, when option have been started, those are being started with a financial asset. But now the scope is being covered. So your answer is 100% correct. Trader is going to be own the shares for which the coin is written by him. Now he is being holding the share and he has taken the covered corn position. Now once he do the writing of the corn, he is going to be receive the premium. Do you agree? Once you are writing the corn, you are going to receive the premium from the holder. Now this the situation can be done for any company or so when you have already received the premium, so a dividend from the company, and there is no expectation of the corporate action with respect to the company say. So there is no possibility of a right say or preferences or we can say the stock bonus, that is bonuses from the company. So shares are lying with you in your demat account. Number one. Number two, you are not expecting the prices to be move ahead. Means you are not expecting the boon position in a underlying asset. In that case, normally you have kept your shares in the demat account, there is no corporate action, so no gain is going to be happen to you. And in such case, if you come down to the covered call position, you are getting the premium. And as your estimation, predictions, market survey says that you are not going to be have any possibility to give the delivery, then you can have the additional gain is happen. Negativity is that if your estimation goes wrong, you are going to be lose it. So that is the position of the A. Now you tell me what is the position of the B? A is indicating the covered call right. Position B is just opposite of the position A. So it indicates the covered call holder. So it's a very important. A is basically covered call writer. B is going to be covered call holder. So call holder is coming. Always remember one thing, that whenever there is any intrinsic value to be calculated or anything is to be done, it is always to be done it from the buyer's position. That is option holder position is going to be important. So we do not normally move from the option scenario. But whenever we are coming down to the option premium calculation, like in a binomial model or next cone model, or we do some simulation study, we try to look into it. Position C is protective put. Yes, someone can tell me what is that protective put? Protective put.
Students, please try.
So the possibility of loss is limited to the amount of premium paid, and the possibility of the profit is unlimited. So it is a long position here.
In a protective put.
Yeah, protective put, sir. Because the loss. Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is going to be the position taken by the particular trader, particular individual person in this case? In case of protective put, what they are doing?
So they would hold the put option.
They are holding the put option, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, what about the underlying asset? See, whenever we are saying the position of, because my title of the slide is saying position in option and underlying, which means I am trying to be say that the underlying asset.
Yes.
So what is being done in the case of put? Your part of the answer is correct. It's a very nice attempt have been done by you. See, under the case of protective put, the person is going to be take the non-stock position and non-put position. So he is buying the share or he is holding the share, and at the same moment he is entering into, he becomes the holder of the put option. If we try to be look it from the individual perspective, Like let us say, for example, one particular young boy's parents have invested certain amount in the shares of the Colgate company, and then he is expecting that down the line 2 months or so, there is some social event is going to be happen in the home, and that will require the encashment of the holding is done in the Colgate shares. So he has the two alternative. Alternative number one, he can today only liquidate the shares and keep the money aside. And second option is that he wait up to the date requirement is there. So if he try to be send the shares today, he is trying to say that he is not going to be gain during the period of 2 months. So if the market is going to be bullish, he is going to be no shit. So person would like to be take the risk mitigation, or in other words, you can say that he try to be take the benefit of the upward risk, but downward risk, like that he try to manage it. So now he wants to gain on the upward risk and safeguard the sand against the downside risk. So today only he will enter into the long put option at a certain price. So he is confirmed about the cash flow to be received at the end of 2 months from now when requirement of fund is there. Now if the market is bullish, then as the green color is being crossing the line x-axis, you find out that he is going to be get the gain. It means that if the market is bullish, then he will not exercise his put option. He will go to the market and he will get the higher cash flow. In case if the market is not bullish, market is bearish or something has been wrong happen, then he will exercise his long put position and he will get the certain cash flow which he had decided today. Now to achieve that gain of the certainty, minimum certainty of cash flow, he has to motivate the other party to agree for the same. So what he tried to do? He tried to pay the premium to the put option writer. So if he try to be look into the graph, in a fourth quarter, one place the horizontal line is going and then the curve is started to form. So it indicates that it is the option premium paid by him. By that extent, the non-put exercise price plus option premium is going to be the cover. In the case of put option channel, his position is totally reverse. So this is what the market is going to be play the role for him. I think it's clear to everyone. See, the covered call option can be used by the person when he is trying to be expect something, okay, and that is going to be he is owning the shares and he is writing the call. It means that he had no willingness to liquidate it, but whatever being lying in the demat account, he wanted to get the gain on that. That is the unused, unproductive investment is going to be giving the gain by way of the call writing premium with a risk is involved and he is willing to take the risk. And the protective put is basically safeguarding the sand against the cash flow management. I think now everyone is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I am coming to the next point, option strategy. Option strategies are basically looking towards the trading profit. They generally, theoretically speaking, there is no income generation objective except the position of the covered corn hedging. Our basic option trading strategy. When we try to be look toward the basic option strategy, I try to use the two words very categorically. Normally, we are coming to the words spade and combination. Spade and combinations. Different colors are being used. Now, basic option trading strategy is basically on the fundamental point number one, that person is holding the underlying asset or he has the capacity to buy the underlying asset in case of options are being exercised, or he has the capacity to send the underlying asset in the stock market. So that is the position taken in an option and the underlying asset. They are taking the position. When you take the position in the two or more option of the same type, then it is basically known as the spade. Same type means I say like Colgate company says, or in the case of commodities. So you can use the same type means only corn or only put and the same underlying asset. You can take a position of the mixture of corn and puts option. Then it is known as the combinations. So generally it's always been happening in the business interview, or you can say the executive interview. Whenever there is a mutual funds are taking the interview, this question is normally coming much, that what the difference between spade and combinations. So now I first start with a combination. You are simultaneously taking long and short options of different type. A combination is a strategy. You take long or short position of different types. Then the question is coming that any option position have been taken, how we can calculate the profit table. So I'm coming with a 4 steps involved in that. Step number 1, we should begin by computing the initial outlay, that is CFO, cash flow at a geo level. At a CF at a geo level means the date we are entering into the position. It means today. Then we choose a range of D. Range of D, T prices for the underlying asset. Like the example I am coming to later on, where we will do some value, but you can begin by minus rupees to below the lowest strike price, and you can end at the minus 2 price at the above highest strike price. So when I say that minus 2, it means it is the option premium. Now 2 words are being used. Our Indian books, few of the Indian books are using the word option premium. Few of the Indian books are using the word option price. So option price and option premium both are one and the same. There is no change in that. Then we compute the expiration date payoff for each position. And today when we enter into the position, we are not aware that what may be the future price. So we try to assume certain price which is going to be happen on the date of expiration. And based on that, we will decide that what is going to be the position. Now here the very important point we have to understand or recall, that the right is available with the option buyer, option holder. So whenever the profit table is constructed, prima facie for the classroom understand that. We should always first level consider or look into consideration from the view of option holder position, and then we can move to the another place. Then we add up the expiration day payoff from offsetting the each position. It means that we are trying to work out the time value. So when we take the point number 3, bullet number 3 is going to be give us the intrinsic value. That is the intrinsic value equals to what we calculated earlier. In the case of call option, ST minus K. In the case of put option, it is going to be K minus ST or maximum of GO. Now when we say the expiration day payoff, it means CF capital T. So when we say the CF capital T, it can also be known as the time value of option. That time value of option is going to be the intrinsic value minus option price or premium paid by the option buyer. Now we move to the next point. Protective put. Normally I prefer the protective put to be considered in the beginning because it is giving the better idea to understand the concept. I think, should I start now protective put? Dr. Hemshweta? Hello?
Yes, sir. Sir, we are having only 5 minutes left. So
Yes, that's right.
to cover in just 5 minutes, we can wind up the session after 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, no problem. See, the protective put position, suppose you currently own the 100 shares of a stock with a value of 86.38. You have purchased the share. Now you fear that price of the share may fall in short term, but do not want to sell it now. That is one way. Or second way, you have some social event and you are in need of the money. You see the following option data being available. The market is saying the strike price may be 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Then what may be the call premium and put premium? Now here, as you know, as you make out that as the strike price is increases, call premium is decreasing, because the possibility of the price to go up to 95 is quite low, because you are assuming the market is going to be fall. In the case of put option, there is a positive correlation is being established between the option premium and that. So you decide to purchase the put option at 85. So the protective put position is a long stock plus long put. So protective put position number 2 and 3 slide gives the direct calculation idea that at time today you are buying the stock at 86 rupees 38 paisa, and as I mentioned it, we are buying the put at 85 where the price is given, put option premium is 3.25. So we are making loss of 89 rupees 63 paisa. In the protective put slide number 3, I have tried to make a stock price at expiration date. That is normally in Indian book we are saying the S and then underscript capital T. That is what we try to use it. Or it is a price on the x-axis. So the stock price on the expiration date may be range from 78 to 92. Where I try to say that between 83 to 87 is a critical point where the exercise of the put option will be happen if the price is less than 85 rupees, means up to 84 rupees, the person will exercise the put option. So he is going to be known as in the option money, in the option. Okay, out of the option and in the money option and out of the money option. So up to 84 he is going to be in the money option. At 85 he is coming at the equilibrium point, and 86 and above he is out of the money. It means the buyer, put option buyer, going to be lose the money. Now when the price is 78, person will sell at a 78 rupees. Market price is 78. But he has the exercise price is 85. So he will receive the 85 rupees by exercising the option. So he get the 89 rupees 63 paisa. Is going to be the cash flow out is happened today. So his loss is 4 rupees 63 paisa. Now when we come down to the price of 86 rupees, very clearly. At that particular price, he is going to be, he has already the put option. He has taken the put option. Market price is 86. So he is not going to be exercise the put option. So he will go to the market and sell it at 86. He had made a outflow today, including the premium, is 89 rupees 63 paisa. So he will get a loss of 3 rupees 63 paisa. If the price is 87, he will go to the market, get the 87 rupees, and then he will get benefit. So at the level of price of 89 rupees 63 paisa, the net position is going to be 0, and he is going to be start to gain from the level of 90 rupees onward. This is what the protective put. One example I try to be mention it by the way of the 1, 2 and 3 parameters, and this is the way graph is going to be put up, where the portfolio profit have been indicated by the red line, the long stock position by the blue color, and the black color indicating the long put position, because at a particular price of the 85 or more, he is not going to exercise the put option, so he is going to be lose the put option. Or they can try to be note and try to raise the question to me on the constituent profit also. Anyone have any doubt?
Any questions, students?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, I think they all have understood very well. You explained it so is in a very easy manner. So I hope everything is clear to them. So we may proceed now.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Sony, over to you.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So on behalf of Amity Fraternity, our institute, Amity School of Business, respected Director, Sir Dr. J.K. Sharma, respected faculty, Dr. Hemshweta Rathore, students and the audience for today's session, I feel extremely humbled to extend a warm gratitude towards Professor Dr. Paresh Shah for sparing his valuable time and acquainting us with several important aspects related to options, combinations, and strategies. We are extremely grateful to you, sir. A lot of us look forward to create our careers in the field of finance, and I'm sure today's session will not only benefit us academically, but will also act as a strong foundation for our careers in the future in the field of finance, especially for those who look forward to make a promising career in stock markets. Sir has spoken about nuances of call and put options. Apart from that, construction of profit tables, risk management, position options and underlying, and all of the topics were very lucidly explained, and I'm sure all the audience, each and every member of the audience has understood. And with that, sir, I'm extremely grateful to you. So thank you very much for sparing your time and addressing to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much to you and Dr. Hemshweta to make sure that I can come and I can just take a webinar on those parameters.
Thank you so much, sir,
Okay.
for sparing
Okay.
time for our students. Hope to see you again for lots more such kind of sessions. Very